Untitled Rio. Well, 12 years ago, I make a bet that my friends think I'm insane. I'm betting on people will buy real stuffs inside social media, and especially on a chatting app, which is familiar for you guys right now, but for 12 years ago, it's insane. Yeah, my name is Leo, and I found Dealism, and before that, I was the co-president and the COO for the China largest and first listed SaaS company in Hong Kong market, and it's easy to understand that is the Shopify in China. So we serve hundreds of thousands of merchants and over 16 billion US dollars transaction value each year. And today, I'm going to share you a real story for the past 10 years about how the merchants is going to do business through a chatting app that is WeChat. So the market is the market is over 300 billion US dollars. That is not coming from e-commerce platform, okay? That is not coming from website. That is purely coming from the chatting bot. And there is no funnels, there is no website, there is only conversations. It's a market that the Western world barely have a clean words to mention. I think the key findings for the past 12 years is that people love to chat. People love to communicate. There's much they want to ask, and other than just adding apps and browse those websites and click the buttons, and there's no one serving. So people always want to ask for personal services, personal experience, only if you have enough manpower and response in times. So that's the key things I learned for the past 12 years. So there's three. So when commerce go into the conversation, there are three things comes out, three shifts. The first is that the merchants are not buying traffics anymore. They are trying to building long-term relationship, a true relationship and trust with their customer. And second is that the personalized services is no longer impossible. We have been talking a lot about 1,000 face, right, for the digital marketing. But right now, you have one face towards a real person. So it's like purely personal services. And the third one is a funny story. That is, I think 10 years ago in China, we have like so-called AI native brand, which is a buzzword right now this year called OPC, one person company, because we have been seeing a lot of one or two person company who can run in their business over $1 million each year easily through WeChat, one or two person brands. So that's really funny, and of course, it's supported by amazing software and the digitalizations for the past years. So if we are trying to name a concept on that, in Chinese it's called 私域, or we say private domain. But it's very easy to understand that is the DTC brand in Western world. I think the key is that the merchants own the customer base, and it can reach out one time by time, one again and again, without buying traffic. So it's not like doing EDMs, spending emails from machines. It's only reaching by real person. And I think every brand, every store, every offline stores, every content creators right now in China, it's their private domain or their loyalty programs in Western world, and they can reach out to them again and again without any cost. So here's a playbook I can write for you because I have met thousands of them and we have served hundreds of thousands of them. That is 4 steps. The first thing you need to capture from the public traffic pool and then capture them into your so-called private domain. And then you need to activate the real conversation in 60 minutes. Actually, most of them activated in 10 or 5 minutes with a real person. And the third third step is you need to operate. You need to continuously going on with the dialogue, with the chatting, building conversations, building trust, building relationships with the potential clients, and then building the funnels to screen the potential leads. And the fourth step is to close the deal. But every deal that you close is the beginning of the next deal. So it's a reverse loop, and it's your loyalty programs. So looking at these playbooks, it needs an army of human, right? I can give you some numbers. The best brand in China, they usually to send 15 to 20 messenger each month for each customers, and they have 6 million customers in their private domain. So just to calculate those numbers, you need how many salesperson to handle these conversations. So of course it comes out to be the playbook, and of course the software, the digitalization and automation. But what I'm talking is not to using AI agents to throw away the traditional systems. I think all the know-how, all the playbooks are building by the existing software, the CRM, those data spreadsheet, and then I think AI agent can help accelerate that and even putting these methodologies and the playbook all over the world. So that's why I found Dealism. We are an AI sales agent for WhatsApp that building on vibe selling. So what is vibe selling? It's very easy to understand. We are trying to bring those small and medium merchants, the enterprise level of sales, without too much coaching, teaching, onboarding. You just give the products what you want, what's your products, and then the products will help to create agent and help you sell automatically. What's the Dealism distinguish from the traditional chatbot, especially for those keyword chatbot? I think there are 4 things. The first is that intent. It can read what the customer really want. What's those things behind the words? And second is that it reads emotions. All those things customers have, the hesitation, those excitement, and those things that people don't say. And third one is the timing. The best sales know when to follow or when to wait to leave the space for customers to decide. And the fourth one is when is the time and which one is the good customers to do follow-ups and close the deals. I think that's the 4 key things distinguish from a chatbot, and that's also know-how to raise top sales. So except for that, we build Dealism. Yeah, well, it's a leopard, right? What's that? It can learn your business. So just putting your catalog, your products, your playbooks, your rules, your price, and your policies, anything you have, your knowledge base, to Dealism, and he will understand your business, and then he will help you to create frontline agents and help you to execute all the things, all the needs you have automatically to your customers. It can learn your voice, it can know your appetite, and it will report to you whenever he thinks something goes wrong, and it's called human in the loops. I think we have a video. No, I think we have. Oh, never mind. So these are basically the product, how the product is working. You can check on all the messaging coming from WhatsApp, Instagram, DM, Instagram, comments, live chat, etc. All those kind of channels. And then the right side is how the agent works. It will analyze the whole dialogue and response automatically. If you click the autopilot model, then the agent will run by themselves. And whenever new customers comes in, the agent will work automatically. So why Brazil? Why Brazil? I think it's crazy because here we have 99% of the WhatsApp penetration, which is even higher than WeChat in China. And of course, for the past 3 years, we have Pix, which you can do payment everywhere. And finally, I think large language model are finally work out for this kind of playbooks and just talk like humans. So I think everything that took China for 10 years to build, I think Brazil already has it. So let me put it this way. The whole thing is that I think China write the playbook. And the AI finally can run the playbook. Brazil is a time for the whole playbook to scale with large potentials. So we are in this area. We are in, the booth is 030380. I'm here the whole week to waiting for you guys to explain how things is working. And obrigado.